And speaking of food trucks, we have got what one group claimed the best food truck in the state of Alabama right here on Studio 10.
That's right, Joe. We've got Pooh and Smack from Smack Shack. Now I have to say that slow. Smack Shack food truck.
Yes.
Smack Shack. I love it though. It's so good, and you guys are making something really, really good in our kitchen this morning.
Absolutely. What we're bringing to you today is our pulled pork Que-Psi-Dillas. Of course, Que-Psi-Dillas being barbecue. I'm also a member of a fraternity called Omega Psi Phi, so it's Que-Psi Phi as well. So it's a twofold type term.
You're tying it all in.
Yes. And so you want to get started?
Let's get started.
Let's get.
So what kind of meat do we have here first?
So right here, what you have in front of you is a Boston butt. In terms of when you go to shopping, sometimes they call it it's part of the pork shoulder. Sometimes they call it a pork roast. But essentially what it is a really fatty part of the pig that is in this region. I know it's called a Boston butt.
But it's the shoulder.
But it has nothing to do with the hiney area at all.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
now, we have a couple of spices. It looks like we've got some brown sugar.
Absolutely.
And a couple of things that you guys use to prep it. So tell me about that.
So right here what you have is a half a cup of salt, a half a cup of black pepper, and some brown sugar. What Pooh would do right now is he'd start off by seasoning the meat with salt. We let it sit in salt for probably about 30 minutes or so. That's called sweating the meat. It takes a lot of the moisture out of the outside, allowing that really, really pretty bark that you like when you're eating pulled pork.
Now tell me a little bit about how you guys got started. Now it's really cool how you started this as a side job, but now according to Food Network, you guys are the best food truck in the state of Alabama.
Absolutely. This, it's funny because people ask me, how did you start your food truck?
Right.
And sometimes I'll say chicken and waffle trailer in Tennessee. It actually started at Alabama A&M University in Huntsville when I was illegally selling sandwiches out of my dorm room.
Out of your dorm room?
Yes. It was called Smack
awesome.
Sandwich Shack, and it was home of the 50-cent sandwiches. And
according in college, that's a good deal.
Absolutely. Well, so people were like, how do you make money selling a sandwich for 50 cents?
Yeah.
Well, I charge a quarter extra to grill it and a quarter extra for cheese. And if you thought you were smarter than me, then I did it for free. And once you peel apart that ooey gooey sandwich with the cheese running down, you never went back to cold food. And so,
oh my goodness, from a dorm room to a ward, that is incredible. So we're getting this meat ready. So what's the next step that we'll do after this?
So after this, we'll walk over to the grill right here. And I'll show you how.
Now you guys are out there. We go.
Turn that camera down.
There we go. We can see it now. Now you guys brought a grill. Now are we actually grilling in here today?
No, we're not gonna grill in here.
That's what I thought. But I already
Joe said
smell
something about the fire violations and stuff, but it's like, hey, we're talking barbecue here. Hey.
I know, you gotta have it.
In college, we can't do it here in the
studio. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
That's right. So you put it on the grill for about how long do you guys grill this piece of meat?
So it takes about 8 to 12 hours, and what you'll see is Harry's gonna put it fat side down right here over the water pan.
Yeah.
You want to put your water pan closest to where your chimney is on your smoker. On the opposite side of that, you want your coals. You can incorporate wood chunks. Of course, we cook on commercial smokers, but it's the same principle of putting you some hot coals down, putting some wood chunks on top and letting them smoke and let them ride across the meat. And so this right here go in TV time for 8 to 12 hours.
That's right, but we already have one ready for our Que-Psi-Dillas. So when we come back with Joe, what will we be doing?
So when we come back with Joe, what I'll show you is what happens after about 8 hours. That pork butt is gonna have a real nice crust on it. We're gonna open it up, wrap it up in some foil, and we're gonna cook it a little bit longer. Some people cook a little bit longer on the grill, some back in the oven, but we're gonna get it fork tender, and we'll have it ready to be pulled apart and put on your quesadillas.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm already hungry for lunch, and it's only 9:13 a.m. Joe, I know you are too.
Back in the kitchen with Smack's Shack food truck. We've got Pooh and Smack in the house. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Good to see you all. So everyone in the studio is talking about how good it smells. We've had folks from out there coming to walk in. They can't wait till you guys are finished up, but we got to do this television show first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we got to get through that. What's going on over there in the grill, guys?
So right here in the grill,
Yeah.
so through the miracles of time.
Through the miracles of time.
So it's been
Yep.
8 to 12 hours, you pick. So let's open this up, Pooh. And so what you have here is where your brown sugar has made a real nice caramelized bark. And a lot of times people try to sell other gimmicks, other toys when it comes to barbecue. When it comes to a pulled pork, you don't need an internal temperature probe because the meat right here will tell you if it's fork tender, depending on how jiggly it is. You also have a shoulder blade bone right here.
Yeah.
The more it sticks out, the more done your pork butt is.
So you don't take the temperature at all?
I don't even check the temperature. I keep the temperature of the pit around 250, 275.
Okay.
And let it ride. The more pork butts you got in there, the longer it's going to take. The bigger the butts, the longer it's going to take. But at the end of the day, this right here is more of a temperature probe than anything I can stick in there.
So how far, so what are you looking for? So say I'm looking for that, I'm trying to take your advice. What am I looking for? How far out do you want it to be?
When it starts fully protruding,
Yeah.
then that's really where you want it to be. That's going to be really fork tender. Also, you can actually take a fork and jiggle this. So you see this one is not as jiggly.
Okay.
So you know it needs to cook a little bit longer, but it does have the right color we're looking for. So Pooh's going to pull that off of there. It just...
Yeah, you can just set that down.
Yes.
So Pooh, how'd you get involved in Smack Shack?
Well, Smack and I are brothers, and originally when he came home, he drew up an idea for the food truck.
Yeah.
And I was 100% with it. You know, I'm a cook myself, and I love doing this, and this is my passion. Like I say, he's like the rapper, and I'm the DJ. You know what I'm saying? So
You both got the role to play. Hey, tell me about this. You were mentioning it early to us. You're with the Corps of Engineers.
I am.
That's pretty cool.
I'm a military construction project manager.
That's awesome. So a lot of folks know you through that. A lot of folks know you through this, and a lot of folks throughout the state are hearing about y'all.
Absolutely.
Because of what was said on the Food Network. We haven't mentioned it yet this segment. Best food truck in the state of Alabama. So if the folks are watching right now, they want to know where you're going to be. How do they watch and learn more about where Smack Shack is going to be at?
So the main way to find out where we are is through our Facebook page. It's Smack Shack, SMAC''S. It's an OK at the end.
Now, do you usually have areas where you're more frequently here or there? Are you a different place all the time? Or
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
So during Friday during the daytime, we're typically downtown Mobile.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, we generally frequent Brooklyn Airfield. Friday nights, we do Hank Brewery a lot. They're really nice people over there. And then Saturdays, of course, like most food trucks, we find a event or something and party there. Sometimes we have private catered events. So definitely on Smack Shack, our Facebook page, you can find out exactly where we're going to be.
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah.
After the break, I'm going to like Smack Shack.
You better like it. I'm going to tell everybody the third segment if you don't.
Awesome sauce. Tell me about this awesome sauce.
So this awesome sauce actually came about when I was I was selling chicken and waffles in Middle Tennessee, and if anybody knows what area that is, it's not very chicken and waffle friendly 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
But they love barbecue sauce. But I just bored. Nobody wants chicken and waffles, and so I don't want to switch to barbecue yet. I'm kind of hesitant, but just played around with some ingredients and just kind of stumbled upon what is now known as awesome sauce. And literally, you read the comments on our Facebook page, you hear more talk about awesome sauce. It's like, wait a minute, I cooked this pork butt for 12 hours.
Right.
All right.
So guys, after the break, when we come back here for our third and final segment, we're going to start to put together this pulled pork quesadilla.
Absolutely. So we're going to wrap this.
Okay.
And through the miracles of time again, we're going to make sure it's fork tender.
Yes.
And once you come back, it'll be so tenderized, it'll be already kind of pulled in a pan, and it'll be ready to incorporate on some quesadillas.
And you brought enough for me to try some.
At least.
Yes. Okay.
Way to be a team player, Joe.
That's the most important thing. Is whether I
mean, me and
get some.
Chastity, we're homegirls. I mean, she's from Sarah.
You guys got the Saraland connection, but the only thing that matters is if I get some.
Okay, yeah.
We'll be right back with Smack Shack in just a little bit, guys.
We are back in the kitchen with my two favorite fellas, Pooh and Smack from Smack Shack Food Truck. Now we're finishing up these quesadillas, and they look incredible. Smack, tell me what this process was like.
Absolutely. So, of course, once your pulled pork is fork tender, Pooh is over there. We start off with the laying the tortilla onto the flat top on the truck. We have a 36-inch, so it's, you can do a lot more than 2 at a time. You add in some taco seasoning, it's cumin based. You put some Mexican shredded cheese on it, and then you incorporate this delicious pulled pork on top. And he's cooking those up for y'all right now.
And it looks so good. So Pooh, obviously you guys have these Que-Psi-Dillas. Tell me a little bit more about what you guys have on the menu every day.
Okay, we also carry a sandwich, we call it a bangin' baguette. It's a
I gotta try that.
You can order with pulled pork or chopped chicken. It's a French roll that we flash fry, and we stuff it with meat, and that's topped with slaw. So,
whoa! Now is that a favorite?
That is one of the favorites. We just implemented this quesadilla, and they're almost running neck and neck right now.
Really? Well, that's super, super exciting. Now, if our friends want to come see you, again, these guys are a food truck, so you've got to get on their Facebook page, like their page, to figure out where they are. So, Pooh, what's that Facebook page called again?
Smack Shack Food Truck.
With no K.
With no K.
Yeah.
No.
Smacks.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try one of these. Now, you say you guys typically have sour cream and salsa, and I can add this awesome sauce.
That awesome sauce.
Absolutely. The awesome sauce definitely it reigns supreme over everything we bring out. I mean, literally, I can put some Jesus in a bottle, and awesome sauce and Jesus will be like
hanging out. This is so good.
Yeah. Are you just saying it because you're hungry from this morning?
Well, it tastes even better when you are hungry,
That's right.
man.
That's right. Absolutely.
It's just all those flavors, but the awesome sauce on top with the taco seasoning and the cheese all together. You can't go wrong with that. Guys, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's right. So tell our friends again at home where you guys typically are throughout the week so they can come check you out.
So typically Tuesdays and Thursdays we do Brooklyn Field. Of course, Fridays during the daytime we're always going to be downtown area. They got a lot of road blockage going on right now, and so it's just almost impossible for food trucks to set up. But we're going to do our best and find some room. Also, Friday evenings typically either we're at the Art Walk. We'll be at the Art Walk this Friday.
Oh, there we go.
We'll be set up at the Lost Garden. And so they can find us there. Also, typically on Fridays, we're set up at Haint Blue Brewery, which is off Monroe Street, the Crystal Ice House.
So you have no excuse not to find them because you guys sound like you're everywhere.
Absolutely, yeah.
We try to be.
We try to be at multiple places at one time. So
that's right. Well, something that makes you guys really special is not only your food, but it's a family thing too. So you guys are bonding and hanging out and making good food.
Absolutely.
So you've got to try them out. Again, Food Network named them the best food truck in the state of Alabama. That is something to be so proud of. So congratulations to you guys. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank y'all for having us.
I know. And you know how Joe was talking about he just wanted his slice earlier? Well, I'm glad I got the first bite.
That's right.
Well,
Joe?
there it is.